Morning, 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 Rados. Hope everybody's blessed and good. So I went to church recently, and I know this youngster, man. I know his mom, and she's a single mom, and this little fool just got out of juvenile, and he comes talks to me, and he going down the wrong road and shit, right? And I don't know if the youngster just kind of wants to, you know what I'm saying, prove an aspect to me because I'm older and he knows kind of my backstory. And, I'm trying to give the youngster some words of wisdom and a little bit of advice because he's young, bro. And the way he's going down a road of just hardships. I mean, penitentiary. Like he's in juvenile at 14 years old, and he actually just thinks it's kind of funny. He kind of thinks it's fun. He kind of just thinks it's fun. And when he's talking about what he's damn, no service, y'all can't, y'all damn, no service, y'all can't, y'all, what the hell? No service, bro. Can y'all hear me? Did you hear about the protest that happened? I didn't. Hell no, I've been busy, man. Can you hear me, Gerald? Can anybody hear me? I don't know what's up with my phone, bro. I'm gonna break this phone. I don't even get no reception, bro. Nope. No reception going on. About what? What protest, man? What protest we talking about? What happened? What happened on protest wise? I don't know what's going on with my phone, bro. It keeps saying reconnecting. Ever since I got this phone, I can't have just a live in the car no more. It's like my phone just don't pick up reception, bro. So I don't know. If you guys can hear me, you can hear me. Most likely it'll focus in a little bit later. But so yeah, so to get back to what I was saying, this little fool just thinks it's funny to be in and out about Donald Trump. And yeah, I don't know, bro. I literally hear everybody crying right now about what's going on, and like I'm literally just so de-energized of the presidential stuff and freaking everybody in this presidency. And man, after they voted him in, bro, I just literally just don't want to hear about it no more, man, because somebody's gonna be crying from both sides and this and that, man. Everybody gonna protest. I don't know, bro. I don't have energy. I don't have energy to be fucking caring about what everybody's crying about. In 5 years, we're gonna be in the same predicaments that we were now. And we've been in predicaments for years. So it's like, everybody crying about what's not changing and what fools are doing and this and that and this and that. It's like, damn, homie. I think people just like to cry. Cry, 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 cry. It's sad, bro. We can't even just live life and just be happy. Everybody just want to cry, 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 cry. But so yeah, the little soldier, man, he go in and out of looking at this dude, and he's telling me like what he's doing out here, and I'm like trying to give this dude a piece of advice, but every time I tell him, he laughs. You know what I'm saying? Like he laughs at like he don't want advice. Obviously, he likes what he's doing, and it's sad because this is the thing is he's not built for like any type of real jail atmosphere. The dude is like 110 pounds, and he's not built for any kind of jail. Like, I don't see that fool can actually even fight, but he wants to be in the life on me, and he wants to be acting like he's in the streets. Laugh now, cry later. Now, I gotta say this, man, because, I see a lot of fools just, I don't know, bro. Like I'm seeing it everywhere, homie. I'm seeing it everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's some sort of foods portraying gang life. If it's Cali foods, if it's Chicago foods, if it's not Chicago foods, it's New York foods, New Orleans foods, like everywhere you look, people portraying, bro, this life, homie. And I don't know if all these fools are really in the life. I don't know if they're really kicking up dust, but they out here blicky down and this and that. And all I gotta say is this, homie, and this is some real ass talk. This is real ass talk, bro. Fools will do everything under peer pressure, homie. Everything. If their homies are saying that, hey, let's join this thing and let's be a part of this, most likely a lot of fools is gonna actually want to get down with what their homies is doing. Like peer pressure is crazy out here, homie. And fools be joining these gangs and think, and they got this false image of what gang life is and what gang banging is, that they'll join for something that really ain't even authentic all the way around. Like they're joining stuff that is from the get-go fraudulent, bro. Let's go, bro. That is fraudulent all the way around. And they're putting their life on the line for this thing that's just smoke and mirrors. There's no authenticness to what they're joining, bro. And then they're out here, trying to put it down for something that, honestly, bro, when it comes to it, it's all smoke and mirrors and fairy tales, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh damn. Hold on real quick. I could remember this. I remember somebody telling me this, and this was a true ass story, homie. You're not really even actually respected and get stripes unless you have enemies that know who you really are, like your enemies know who you are. Unless you really have a history of enemies that know how you get down, because you can't really even judge the aspect inside your own circle and say, hey, I'm a rider, bro, I'm a real one, because how are you going to judge that if pretty much it's just people that actually are around you? The only way you actually get a name, homie, and the only way you actually get known as that is if you got fools out there that can vouch and say, hey, that fool right there, he gets down. That fool right there, he's a rider for that shit, bro. He done put in work on the homies. He done put some real work on the homies, and they can actually validate that shit. You're not really even known until you really validate it by other fucking fools from the opposite neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? You can't really make that judgment of who you really are. So fool, they'll be put on some hood and some politicking in their whole life. Like I said it before, no, they won't even actually be doing it the right way. And that's just their whole gangster and get down is not validated because nobody really knows who they are. Nobody knows who they are. So they're, like I said, they're banging for a cause that honestly, bro, that they'll never ever be that individual. They'll never ever be that individual. And they're banging for a cause, bro, that is just to do it now. Like they think that they're doing something. They think that they're actually carrying this flame. But in reality, homie, they're not known. They're not going to ever be known. They're doing it for smoke and mirrors. They think they're going to be known. But to the youngsters out there, bro, it takes a lot to even be known as a real one, homie. You're fighting for a cause that you'll probably never, ever reach that level of standard. And you're fighting for a lost cause because you'll never be that individual. Look at me. You'll never be that individual. Nobody will ever know who you are, and they'll never recognize that aspect. So you're putting your life on the line because you could be a false ass fool and not even really be a real one, but you're portraying and you're surrounding yourself as this and get smoked because you wanted to be that, homie. But nobody ever can validate you. Nobody. So your gangbanging is fraudulent all the way around. And there's so much different levels to banging, homie. There's so much different levels to banging that your neighborhood and organization might not even be validated as a real organization, and you putting your life on the line for something that's not really even validated in real politicking. I mean, it's mind blowing to me because I see even with people I know, fools will get quoted to a turf, bro. They'll get quoted to a hood, and they'll go straight to being gang members instead of being gang bangers. I don't even know how you do that. How do you just get put on a hood and then you go straight to being gang members? How do you go straight to being gang members before you even could be a banger? Meaning you're peaceful, meaning you're not kicking up dust, because when we were younger and we got quoted, we had to go kick up dust. It was mandatory. We were not allowed to just sit on the sideline, bro. We literally had to get out there, activated all the way around with our older cousins, because the older cousins were in so much shit. We were put in so much shit. So at a young age, we were already in war. These fools began quoted to a not real neighborhood, a fraudulent ass neighborhood, and then they play the sideline, bro. Nobody will ever know who they are. And it's just a lost cause, because you're fighting to be something that you're not. If you ain't generational with this shit, bro, and you ain't grew up in the shit and you don't know nothing about it, you don't even have a reasoning to actually try to act like you from politicking. You better sit your ass down before you actually end up in fire. Real deal. Because the streets do not play, and it doesn't have pity on anyone, homie. Anyone. I talk to my baby bros all the time. I talk to my cousins all the time, homie. And and some of my relatives be like, hey, bro, to be honest, I realized that this wasn't really me. But we were so deep, I had to actually step up and fulfill that aspect, because who I was around. You become who you are, who you surround yourself with, homie. You can die off of the hands of who you surround yourself with, homie. Like, that's like, put it into perspective, reality. This is a reality check for you dudes, bro. When I was banging, if you associated with my opposition and the fools I didn't like, you're getting the domino effect behind the hatred I have for these fools. Meaning your life might get took because of your homies. I don't even have beef with you, but you're an ally to these dudes. So automatically, you're enemy to me, homie. That's the true reality of all of it. You get the domino effect of who you surround yourself with, homie. There was not a time, if I seen you in pictures with the enemies, bro, this is real talk, and I'm gonna be 100 with you. If I seen you in pictures with my enemies and you ain't even a banger, but you associate with these fools, when I see you, I'm taking off your jaw. That's the simplest fact, because you're homies to these fools. That's the reality, bro. And I seen so many times in areas. You got to understand this shit. Homies are homies out there, because I done ran up on fools in these streets that are associated with these dudes. And because they're associated with these dudes, they get the wrath of these dudes and they turn all the way down. They do not want their homies smoke. They do not want their homies problem. Nah, bro, that ain't my situation. And they still get beat up for being a mark. Because if you're going to turn your back on your homie, you're just a mark. If you're chilling with this fool, you're kicking with this fool, you're in a picture with this fool, and then when fools press you, you say, nah, that ain't the homie, that's their problem. Now you getting beat up off the simple fact of being a mark, homie. And it's that deep. Hey, what's up with it? This is some of the realest stuff on YouTube. It's that deep. What's up with it, 303? It's that deep. That's the reality, bro. I knew what came behind my cousin's beef. I knew the domino effect as a young fool that came behind my cousin's beef. I could get my life taken because of my cousin's beef. I don't even have nothing to do with it. But you're guilty by association, homie. You're guilty by association. You youngsters out there, homie, that watch this shit and think it's funny. You better think about what you do, bro. Take it from me. I never thought about what I did. And I got a lot of trials and tribulations for not thinking about what I did, homie. My actions got me in trouble so much. I literally got in big ass rumbos because of my cousin's situations, homie. Because of fools on the yard. You think that fools cared about anything that had to do with me? As soon as they seen the homie messing up and I was a part of their politics, I'm getting the domino effect behind that shit. I gotta go to war behind that shit. I don't get no pass. You don't get no pass either, bro. You're not ever gonna get a pass in the streets. You gonna end up dying behind some bullshit that you think you walk in the yard, that you think you walk in this tundra and think that you really have some shit going on with yourself, bro.
Sorry to burst your bubbles, youngsters. Half of you fools, I gotta be real with you. You're not gang members, bro. You're not gang bangers, bro. You're just somebody that wants to fit in. You're somebody that wants to fit in, because this is the thing. This day and age, bro, and this is what I just don't understand. This day and age in Denver, bro, there's not even in Denver, bro. They rejectified all the hoods. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. They rejectified all the hoods. There's no hoods in Denver anymore, bro. So this is the thing is, bro, you fools ain't even from your hoods. You fools ain't grew up in your hoods. You just seen people from a certain neighborhood, and now you're from their hood. You're from their hood, bro. You don't even know about their hood. You don't know what they grew up off of. You don't know their enemies, but you want to join this shit because you think that shit is cool, but it's not cool, because when you get cracked over that shit, you're going to be the first to snitch because you don't even know what the fuck you're signing up for, homie. What you're signing up for is a life. If you want to know and you don't know, let me break it down to you. The only thing you're signing up for when it comes to gang culture is death. You're going to die at the hands of some shit that you shouldn't even be involved with. Or you're going to be in a situation where you catch a case. Because of fools that you're around, homie. And then you're going to be forced to snitch because they're telling you, you're looking at football numbers. And it ain't even your situation. Like I said, you're guilty by association, homie. You go in there and you catch a case with these fools that are looking at life sentences, looking at elbows, bro, you're going to be forced to snitch. Yes, and let me say it. You're going to be forced to snitch because there's no gangsterism about you, homie. You're not going to keep it solid when you're not even supposed to be in the life as it is. Because when they start saying you're looking at 25 to life for your homie's mistake, what the fuck? You're a civilian, really. You're a civilian at heart, bro. You're going to snitch. You don't know about what keeping it solid means because you've never been solid. You've just been an average person that just wants to be accepted, homie. You can be accepted by anything in life. Education. Go get your education. It didn't accept you. Then you could take your mom out of all poverty. You could take your family out of all poverty, bro. What's good with it, man? You know, you have to make decisions, bro. You got to make decisions for yourself, bro. This gang shit is watered down. We living in 2025, bro. We living in 2025, bro. There's no code to anything, homie. And the specific little fool I'm talking to, bro, if you watch my shit, because I know you have watched my shit before, the jail shit and going to juvenile hall, bro, and thinking that shit's funny and you're setting up yourself for failure, that's not funny. To me, you don't get stripes for that, bro. I look at that shit and be like, this kid is lost. Like, you need to really, 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 really sit down and see what you want in life, homie. You really do. Because to youngsters, bro, it might seem glamorous. It seem glamorous, bro. All the having the respect and gangsterism and having the females and this, bro, it might seem glamorous. But when shit hits the fan, bro, it's not something that you actually can change, bro. You can't change that shit. When shit hits the fan, because it's inevitable, you're not ever gonna be in that life and escape penitentiary risk. You're gonna go to prison. You're gonna go to prison, and the bad part about it, you might lose your life, homie. Worse than prison, you might lose your life to the streets because you want to be involved in some shit that you definitely ain't supposed to be. Look at yourself, homie. If you let me tell you like this: if you and pistols do not make you tough. If you look at yourself, homie, and you know you cannot fight, you know you cannot handle yourself, leave it alone, bro. Because when you go to jail and prison, you don't have straps, bro. If that's all you base your gangsterism off is shooting and having a pistol, you're not gangster, bro. Soft ass fools kill. Soft ass fools kill. Everybody out there that thinks that because you got a pistol and you might be stupid enough to shoot somebody, doesn't mean you a killer, doesn't mean you a gangster, because soft fools kill, bro. I know women that kill, homie. If you look at yourself in the mirror, bro, and you know you can't fight, you know you don't have combat, you know you don't have fighting skills, leave it alone. Because once you hit that concrete jungle in prison, they ain't gonna care how little you are. A big fool gonna rush you and knock your ass out. And if you can't handle it, you might get your booty took. Let's be real. There's fools like Marvin Gaye taking fools' booties, bro. And if you can't fight and defend yourself, you're gonna be a prison whore, homie. You're gonna be somebody's wife. You're gonna be somebody's wife. Let's just be real. You all the killing that you did in the streets, that ain't gonna save you when a big ass fool that's a predator wants to victimize your ass. That ain't gonna save you. You gonna be somebody's girl, and you ain't gonna have a pistol to protect yourself. So if that's all you actually look at and be like, I got the pistol, bro. I got the pistol. You don't even know what you're doing with that pistol. You just want to show the pistol. Ain't no real killer ever showing their pistol. They just get off on fools, bro. So stop showing your straps on Facebook, because if you get indicted, that's what the cops are going to be looking at. The feds are going to be looking at that Facebook with you showing your heat, the heat that you're probably not ever going to bust. But if you do bust, you ain't even built for the streets to get away with this shit. You gonna have everything evidence for the cops to see you anyways. And then you got to go face the real killers that don't have nothing to live for, bro. And I seen it. I'm going to do it. And I seen it, bro, with fools that come in the system, homie, that think they're gang banged out. And they go to prison and they get around real predators, because that's what prison is, predators and prey, bro. I seen full on men, homie, that are men go in there. And just because of who they are, bro, they literally become somebody's girl, fool. Yeah, it happens, bro. Literally, somebody turns them fools out. Somebody actually turns them dudes out, bro. And then you see them fools being a prison wife in jail, doing their chores, walking by them at all times. Don't look up. Keep your head to the ground, little dude. You got to pay rent in this motherfucker, too. You got to pay rent. Meaning you're everything that your family sends in canteen wise, you're paying off to the fools that actually have control over you. You want to be that? And this all started from you trying to be gangsta on the streets, which you're not. So it's cool to be a square, bro. Take it from me. I'm a square. I'm not a gangster whatsoever. Yeah, people know me as that shit. People know me as a rider, but I'm not no gangster, bro. I'm a square. I go to work. I'm at work. See this? This is what I do, bro. I'm at work. Call it what you want. But I promise you, I won't ever go back to the penitentiary. I could care less about respect from gangsters, bro. I'd rather have respect for my family, homie. My wife that says, hey, that dude goes to work and he pays his bills, homie. That's who I want respect for. Fuck a gangster, homie. Fuck another man. I don't give a care about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tap out. Mahai, salute. Love all you guys, man. Youngsters, go do something for yourself today, bro. Go get your education. Like, go enroll in GD. Go hit some gym time, bro. Go do some push-ups. Like, better yourself, bro. Forget all the bullshit, bro. Forget all these fools portraying this, bro. Like, real talk. Mahai, salute. I'm outie, man.